I am Fred Myers, the founder of For the Fathers Ministry, and this is Faith by the Numbers. Count your way to wisdom in number 281 of this series, 3 Insights into Sin. These 3 insights are very revealing about mankind's rebellion against God and mankind's awareness of God's requirements. In the book of Genesis, Satan tempted Eve by telling her God was unfairly withholding something good from her. Throughout the conversation between Satan and Eve, God is only called God. They both recognized God as the Creator, but rejected the covenant God as their Lord, as if no covenant existed. 3 insights into sin. 1, their first insight was shame. Their first act was to try and cover their shame with human effort. Evil always knows the presence of God. A guilty conscience is aware of God's requirements. Avoiding, rejecting, ignoring, denying, and generally evading God is tantamount to an admission of guilt. 2, their second insight was fear. Their second act was to hide from God because of their shame. They were in fear of God's wrath. 3, their third insight was dishonesty. Their third act was to lie to deflect the blame. Adam blamed God, and Eve blamed Satan. Notice both lied by not telling the complete truth. They cowardly rejected their responsibility. Sin always makes one a coward. Notice that Satan never replied. Satan was impotent in God's presence. God has been God, God is God, and God will for eternity be the answer to our sin. Today, the answer to sin is knowing that God has appointed forgiveness in the name of Jesus Christ. I am Fred Myers, and this is Faith by the Numbers. It is my prayer that many will count their way to wisdom through this series and find the peace that surpasses all understanding.